Hi, I'm Danxj and today we will take a look at Charles Darwin's theory of evolution and its history. Charles Darwin was a curious naturalist whose voyage on the HMS Beagle in 1831 forever changed our understanding of life. During his travels, particularly in the Galapagos Islands, Darwin observed remarkable differences among the local finch species, such as variations in beak shapes of what are now known as Darwin finches. These observations provided crucial evidence that species adapt to their environments over time. After the beagle returned to England in late 1836, Darwin began to sketch out a revolutionary concept explaining how species change over time, a process driven by natural selection. But it wasn't until 1859, more than 2 decades after his initial reflections, that he published his seminal work on the origin of species. Around the same time, another British naturalist, Alfred Russel Wallace, independently reached similar conclusions about the mechanism of evolution. Wallace's findings, emerging in 1858, served as a catalyst compelling Darwin to bring his own long-developed theory into the public domain. Now, let's take a closer look at the theory of evolution by natural selection. I will read first out the key terms and their meanings before we dive deeper into details. Variation. Individuals within a species naturally differ in their traits. Inheritance. Many of these traits are passed down to offspring. Differential survival. In the struggle for limited resources, which Darwin described as struggle for life, individuals with advantageous traits are more likely to survive and reproduce. Now, what exactly is a trait? The definition I found is that a trait is a distinguishing quality or characteristic, typically one belonging to a person or organism. So, a trait can be literally anything. It can be differences in speed, body size, having hair or no hair, but the key point of it is that a trait can vary between individuals, and these variations arise randomly through genetic mutations such as insertions, deletions, or inversion. And now let me demonstrate this concept using the most famous example, the neck length of a giraffe. In an environment with tall trees, having a long neck is advantageous because it allows access to leaves from higher branches, while individuals with shorter necks are limited to lower layers. This means a longer neck provides a greater food supply, making it a beneficial trait. However, it's important to remember that every trait can also have disadvantages. In our example, a long neck requires more energy due to increased muscle mass. It makes drinking more difficult, forcing giraffes to spread their legs so they can access water from the ground. It also presents a larger target for predators, and it also reduces mobility in certain situations. With so many disadvantages, you might wonder if having a long neck is even worth it. And the simple answer is yes. In the environment giraffes live in, the advantage of accessing more food outweighs all the downsides. Otherwise, giraffes would be either extinct or have evolved into a different form. And now we're coming to the fourth key term in Darwin's theory of evolution: adaptation. Over many generations, these favorable traits become more common, leading to the evolution of species. This process, known as natural selection, provides a natural, gradual explanation for the complex diversity of life, without invoking supernatural creation. What Darwin meant with this is that adaptations to the environment can lead to changes within a species or even the emergence of a new species. Organisms that are less well adapted are more likely to die out. This principle is known as survival of the fittest. And I'm sure you have to know this term, survival of the fittest. And I want to demonstrate you that term with a fictional example. Just imagine your friend Max, your friend John, and yourself. You all belong to the same species. One day, while each of you is on your own in the wild, a predator appears. Due to a random genetic variation, Max was born super fast but not particularly strong. John, on the other hand, was born with more muscle mass, making him stronger but slower. Yes, I know you can train muscles, but there is also a genetic component to it, and it serves for that example now. And then there's you, with average strength and speed. Now, when the predator attacks, Max is fast enough to outrun it and survives. John is strong enough to fight back and also survives. But you're not fast enough to escape and not strong enough to fight it, so you don't make it. That's exactly what natural selection means. You didn't make it in that scenario because you weren't well adapted to your environment. Max and John, on the other hand, had advantages that helped them to survive, but at a cost. Max lacked strength and John lacked speed. This trade-off is a fundamental part of natural selection. Only those with the most beneficial traits for a specific environment will pass on their genes. Now, let's quickly summarize. We learned about variation, inheritance, and the struggle for resources, which is also called the struggle for life. These three key concepts lead us to the most important one, adaptation, which can eventually result in speciation, which is the formation of new species. Instead of looking at different survival strategies like Max's speed or John's strength, let's consider different food sources, just as Darwin did with his finches. Small gradual adaptations, like a slightly different beak shape, can help certain individuals access more food efficiently. Over generations, these small differences accumulate, eventually leading to entirely new species. And that's exactly what Darwin was trying to explain to the world almost 200 years ago with his theory of evolution by natural selection. And for more facts and knowledge about our planet, click on those videos and please subscribe.